Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Arma 3 video with the Arma Serbia community, and today we are playing Operation Zair 97, the White Legion. This is, and it's going to sound a bit unbelievable, but actually a historical operation. Now, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, after the war, the civil war in Yugoslavia ended, specifically the war in Bosnia and Herzegovina, many of the warriors there faced a new kind of enemy, a new kind of problem, and that is not warfare and not, trenches and ethnic cleansings and, all the horrors that came with the civil war there, but instead they faced poverty, a lack of jobs, and the fact that they were completely forgotten and discarded by their governments, and this is sadly a global phenomenon, I would say, not here, but for a lot of people, they felt kind of betrayed by their own government, and especially in Yugoslavia, where there's a lot of problems and a lot of nasty stuff that happened, as we all know. But here is where the White Legion came in. So this was a group of mercenaries that was hired by the president of what was at the time Zaire and would later become the Congo. And there was a war going on, conveniently enough. Right as the war in Bosnia ended, a war started up over there against the acting government and some rebels. And the President Mobutu, I believe is how you pronounce it, decided to hire outside help. Now, his initial idea was to hire the French Foreign Legion, as well as some I believe, American-based PMC groups that would sort of recruit troops from all over the world for him. However, they were a bit too expensive for his taste, and so he turned to cheaper labor, effectively speaking. He turned to Yugoslavia, and there he found people that have been at war for a long, long period of time, and people that had experience, but also people that were able to train his own men at warfare and to train them to fight better. And I mean, obviously you would go to the latest hotspot in the world, right? That's where the latest experience with the latest weaponry and everything was. You wouldn't rely on someone from, a World War II era warfare to train your men. So on paper it made sense. The problem is there weren't a lot of them. I think historically the White Legion numbered around 100 warriors with some I believe there were several pilots from Ukraine and a couple from Russia. Yes, back in the day they used to fight on the same side, right? Period-sensitive political jokes aside, though, this happened in January of 1997. This is when the first groups of Serbian fighters arrive in Congo, and their objective at the time was securing a town, a strategically important town of Kisangani, I believe, right? Kisangani, right? I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, I apologize if I butcher some of the pronunciation here. At any rate, their job was to secure the town, secure the local airport, and train local forces there to fight in the civil war. Several days after the arrival of these forces, the situation gets more and more complicated, and the time to act has come. Now, historically speaking, like I said, this White Legion was not quite successful. Like I said, it was only a couple of hundred people at the most, and you can't really expect them to turn the tide of a war and, of any country in Africa, really, but especially not one with millions upon millions in reserve or involved in active fighting. I mean, the Congo is huge, obviously, and loads of people there, a couple of hundred warriors, and not going to change much. At any rate, though, what historically happened was that they were relatively successful in defending this town for a while, but support from the government waned, the situation got worse and worse in terms of the civil war, and they were forced to retreat, I think, from the town at one point, and soon after they just left the country. They were disbanded, and they returned home. Today, we're playing as those mercenaries, as that PMC group, and the objective is to secure the town, defend the town, and sort of change the course of history as far as this one small group of mercenaries is concerned. On the mission, we have around 60 men, maybe a bit more than that. We will have a couple of infantry battalions, and we will also have an air force, I believe. And that's about it. I don't think we have any armor. I don't think we have any storm battalions, any assault teams, anything like that. It's just regular infantry. Did I say battalions? Sorry, I've been playing Warno this morning. Squads. We're dealing with squad level tactics here. So we will not have any armored platoons, anything like that. I believe we're just going to have regular infantry squads, about 5 of them or so. And yeah, that's about it. So, I will see you on the mission where I can tell you more about our specific objective and how we're going to conduct it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Have fun, and I'll see you at the end of the video. And here we go. Here's the map, so I can show you at least a couple of things before we get going. Although I can hear someone on TeamSpeak, but here's hoping that doesn't... Okay, sorry. There we go. No time to show you the map. I knew it was any second now before we begin.
Dobro večer.
Dobro večer.
Dobro večer, čujem.
Zeleni, ajmo, obojite se.
Ne pomerajte se.
Stanite
Crveni,
momci
možete
mirno,
pomerajte se.
puške na ređa
Pomerajte se.
i ne pomjerajte se.
Alright, there we go. Sorry, I just had to mute the intro because there is some music in it.
Momci Alfa 1, možete podesiti radio vezu 110.
Oh, we all have radios. Okay, that's good. Mine is 210 set frequency. There you go. Been a while since we got to use radios.
Donijel se čujemo, da ne?
Čujemo se.
Samo se ne pomjerajte momci i ostanite u tišini za sad.
Let's just don't move and stay silent is the order. We're waiting for the go-ahead. I'm just very quickly going to reorganize the inventory a little bit so I can see things at a glance. I'm going to put the demolition blocks in the backpack and the grenades in the vest. No armor, unfortunately. Pass some matches and cigarettes. Alright, there we go.
32 je veza drugog voda. Tako je. Prošao. Da mu kreša nešto. Prošao si i poslije...
Koja je veza beta 1?
210.
Koliko?
210. Tiho mi izgubio konekciju.
210.
Da.
So, actually, while this is happening, I can just really quickly go over the map for you. These are sectors in the jungle. Just switch to the side channel. Okay, glorious.
Šta je ovo bilo? Šta bilo?
Znači, ajde tišina bez priče, nemoj
Mir,
niko da
mir.
priča. Znači, tišina...
Tiho!
strpite se.
Just getting some discipline in the ranks.
Neki problem sa ovim jelim.
Ne čujemo se.
Kako da navisim samo vezu?
Tiše, tiše, tiše.
Momci, recite da nameštati kad bude određenski briefing sad.
Ili me možete čuti odavde?
Idemo, da.
Imam neki problem sa ovim, izvinite. Ništa, dobro jutro, vojsko.
Dobro jutro.
Dobro jutro. Good morning, soldiers.
Znači, slušajte vamo, prije nekoliko dana
Listen
izgubili
up.
smo kontakt sa kontrolom...
After several days ago, we lost contact with two of our bases.
Vojska Zaira iz baze...
The army of the Zaire
bila da izvrši naređenje i da...
from this base refused orders and refused to conduct patrols over the roads.
Pošto se oni nalaze u široj zoni našeg interesovanja,
As they are around the city that we're supposed to defend,
znači vaš zadatak je da izvršite patrolu duž
our objective will be to take over from them and patrol down these roads and
sa bazom Kondolo.
determine what the conditions on the field are.
Treba da ustanovite šta se desilo,
Establish what happened,
gdje su naše
where are our forces, what they're doing, why they refused orders, etc., etc.
U slučaju da je neprijatelj zauzeo te punktove, očekujte zasjed.
There is a possibility that enemy forces, rebel forces, have taken over certain checkpoints and roadblocks.
Pored sebe. Također bitna stvar, neprijatelj koristi mine.
The enemy also
Znači,
uses
imaju,
anti-personnel mines.
miniranje, ali nemojte da pokušavate da vršite neka opasna i bespotrebna deminiranja.
We also have some anti-mine equipment, but we shouldn't really use it unless absolutely necessary, because it could be dangerous. And that is our briefing. The rest will be on an individual level, but as I showed you,
Alfa 1.
the various sectors represent all the possible areas where we can...
Prvo, crveni, pa zeleni, ajmo brže.
Beta 2, stani na posljednju tamo. Od posljednje kucici za tamo posljednje.
Crveni, pa zeleni. Znači, zeleni ideš sa njihove desne strane. Ovam. Čuki, 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 to. Ti slobodno stali, možeš i tu, sve jedno.
We're just going to...
I ti se također postroj.
Ajmo crveni, desno.
Malo se pribite da to izgleda kao stroj. Nemojte tako kao da smo došli da igramo mali fudbal ovdje.
Bane, izađi malo napred, možemo lepo doći malo u sredinu.
Armature me čuješ?
just line up the
Dobro,
ranks.
momci, moje ime je Čiča, bit ću večeras vaš komandir odvijenja.
This is our squad commander for tonight.
Ja sam to da bit ću večeras vaš komandir odjeljenja.
Samo,
To što
You
znači...
can hear the other guy basically like he's standing next to me. I love him, but if he could pipe down just a teeny tiny bit.
A, izvini, nisam. Ne čuješ sada?
okej je sad, dobro je sad. Dobro je.
Beautiful. Alright, there we go.
I mi smo večeras beta 1, prvo odjeljenje drugog voda.
We are second squad of the first platoon.
Biti,
First squad of the second platoon.
pozadinsko obezbeđenje kao i manervi u levom pravcu formacije.
Our objective today and our job is going to be rear guard, essentially, as well as maneuvers to the left side of the road.
Mi se nalazimo u bazi Bangkoka, tako je.
We are currently in our base Bangkoka.
Putem da se transportujemo do desante zone Beograd.
We will use, I believe, helicopters to
Probije neko.
land at
Beta
DZ
1
Belgrade.
za betu, čujete za pet.
This is drop zone, or landing area, if you will.
Ovaj, Benganca, tu slećemo na desantnu zonu Beograd.
This is the
odakle ćemo
army
formirati,
base called Bengamisa.
ovu formaciju. Sad,
We'll then use this formation.
večerašnje misije je ova formacija.
This formation is the most important part of the entire operation
Sve ovo
tonight.
gore što je iscrtano to nema nikakvu ulogu ukoliko mi budemo razbili našu formaciju, ne budemo odradili naš deo
None of
posla,
this
kao
up
što
here
ostali
that's
moraju.
written has any meaning if this formation is broken.
Sad ovako. Ja ću da vam pojasnim tačno šta je ova formacija, kako je
So
zamišljena.
I'll explain what this formation, how it's supposed to look, what it is,
Pada vašeg VBG-a, mogli da
so you can
odradite to
keep
bez
this formation in case
zaustavljanja, bez nekih zastoja.
squad leader or the group leaders,
Da,
team leaders, if you will, if they fall as well, you can continue, and that maneuvering continues despite
Isus na VBG-a,
potential casualties or whatever.
I Bosanac, ja imam apsolutno poverenje u njih da će oni ovo odraditi
We
maksimalno.
have two extremely
U
experienced team leads.
Sljedeće, marker pešadije B polaka 1. To je naša uloga. Prvo ćemo objasniti šta je naša uloga, pa ćemo objasniti ulogu cele jedinice. Naš zadatak je da crvena borbena grupa,
So we're looking at B-1, this is us.
ovako obeležiti, čuva bok ovako,
So
u ovom nekom.
the red team is going to
Jedan par će da bude ovde,
hold our left flank like so, one pair there, the other pair there.
ćemo imati zelenu borbenu grupu,
The green group, which is what I'm part of, is going to do rear guard, essentially, duties. So the first pair is going to look that way, the other pair is going to look sort of more behind. All of this is going to be done while moving.
Šta to znači? Ukoliko napad krene, u ovom slučaju sa zapada, na prijateljsko odeljenje Beta 2, znači od ozgo,
If the attack on Beta 2 begins, which is the squad on the other side of the road, so here, we do not turn around. We keep watch over here to make sure we're not ambushed and squished in between two enemy squads. It's their job to deal with an attack from, in this situation, I think that's the north, right? Yeah, so north, northeast. If they get attacked, we do not turn around until we are ordered from way on high, like the platoon command.
Preuzme odeljenje
Da nam je
i
viška
mora da sluša
ATV, kod
komandu
mene je A3 pa A1,
voda.
s desne strane A2.
Reski, volim što te čujem. Samo Čuki drži 32 vezu
Ovdje postoje A1 iz A3.
da bi i ti bio upućen u te stvari.
So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to set an additional at 32, set frequency, and then
Ok, ništa.
210 naša radio, baš tako.
Tako.
and then channel 2 is going to be at 210. So I'm going to set that frequency. I hope I'm using these radios right. I've been meaning to ask how to do that. I may end up asking about whether I've done this correctly or not, either during this mission or maybe after or something like that. I'll see. I think this is how you do it, and then you switch on numpad 1 and 2 who you want to talk to, right? So, from what I understand, this is how you can listen to both, right? So you can listen to both the platoon commander and the squad internal communications. But depending on which channel you have set it to is who you're talking to, right? I believe.
Odgovaranja, to jest od naređenja. U suštini mi u kretanju držimo neku kružnu obranu cijelo vreme.
So effectively, we're in this sort of crescent formation the entire time.
Naši pravci su levo od formacije i
Left of the formation and south of the formation is what is going to be our is what we're going to be tasked with.
Neprijatelj ne pod bilo koju cenu ne izbije na komunikaciju.
Most important thing is to keep the enemy away from the main road.
Dakle, ne smije se otići preduboku u šumu.
We're not allowed to go too deeply into the woods or in the jungle, really. This is a difficult terrain. This is all jungle, and so it's very easy to get lost, obviously, you know, all the things that
borca.
All things that go with that.
Mi vjerovatno nećemo moći da pružimo vatrenu podršku.
Alpha 1 can get attacked, for example, from that direction.
Da, kažemo, crveni će da izbiju, kreću u manevar.
If that happens, obviously from our position in the rear, we won't be able to attack the enemy. We will call our platoon command and tell them that we are conducting a maneuver, that is to flank the enemy attack, and red team provides fire support, green team moves in close quarters to eliminate the threat. Soon we'll be boarding helicopters, that's basically it.
Za dopunu ću vam javiti, možete briefovati borbene grupe. To je to.
Team leads can conduct their briefings, and that's about it.
Kretanja, naša je lijeva strana puta.
Tako je.
Jasno.
To se ne menja. Znači, u suštini cela ideja da svako radi svoj posao.
The whole idea behind this patrol is that everyone does their job and nobody's job changes during the entire idea. No, during the entire mission, sorry. So, Alpha is always going to do their job, Beta 1, Beta 2 are always going to do their job, the squad that starts with defending the right side will always defend the right side, and we don't have to worry about the right side ever, vice versa for the left side. In case something goes horribly wrong, an entire squad gets wiped out something, we may send one of our teams to the opposite end of the road, but that's, you know, extreme cases. Conduct your team briefings, and that's about it.
Zeleni, pođite za mnom. Što se ćemo mi onda vamo, pošto on nisam loš.
Beta, ovdje Beta 1, prijem.
Nema čujete ovako.
Da.
Beta na prijemu. Da li postoji informacija o dopuni?
Skupa, ja sam desanac.
Negativno još uvijek. Javljam se kroz minut.
Beta da, ovdje upravo sam bio da dopune, rekli su da se ništa ne dira sad, a piloti će da to dostave kasnije.
Kragu, ti si?
Ja sam desetar.
Stole.
Ja, nađi vodnik.
Beli za crvenog i zelenog, imajte na umu dopune, nema. To ćemo imati na desantnoj zoni Beograd. Gotovo.
Zeleni primi. U slučaju, znači da ja padnem stola, ti preuzimaš grupu, odnosno par, ti ćeš da vodiš dalje. Radio imate svi, tako?
Da.
Tako je.
Čuli ste za dopunu, znači ne moramo da prenosimo. Što se tiče kretanja, znači, pošto nam fali čovjek, vas dvojica ćete funkcionisati kao par, ja ću biti negdje u blizini i ono, pratit ću situaciju i priključiti se tamo gdje treba. Za sada je to, vidjet ćemo što bude dalje, ako ima nekih pitanja, pitajte.
Nema ništa.
Ok, čuli ste, znači plan kako ide kretanje, mi smo bukvalno, znači, pozadina svih, čuvamo leđa, čuvamo, to je to. Držite se formacije, kako je rečeno, i bit će sve na najboljem redu.
Reci mi samo, hoćeš ti ispred nas dvoje ili iza?
Ja ću biti uvijek iza.
Jasno.
Pošto smo mi zadnji, znači ja ću biti uvijek zadnji čovjek prilikom kretanja, prilikom na položajima također.
Jasno. Yeah, so just wanted clarification where we are in the formation, between the three of us, right? Not the whole squad and team.
Možemo stati ponovo stroj.
And he is going to go at the very rear, and the two of us are going to be a pair, and we're going to be in front of him as the green team, which is the rear guard for the Reds.
Još jedan sad
And that's about it.
opremu i znači ako padne municija i medicina ispod polovine koju sad imate, prijavljujte da organizujemo dalje dopunu.
Jasno.
Boske, oprosti, ja sam zaboravio da ti imaš 3 čoveka u borbenoj grupi. Nadam se da si to prilagodio, znači prioritet je za zelene da čuvaj leđa.
Jasno, upravo smo se dogovorili sve.
Tako da neki jedan čovjek samo drži oko po strani. I to je to. Vidi, poželjno bi bilo, sad ću to iskomunicirati sa Čukem, da on bude znači, na početku bočnih izviđača, a ti da budeš na začeljskim isto na čelu. Da imam informacije sa oba dva kraja.
Tako sam upravo i dogovorio sa ljudima, znači ja ću biti uvijek na začelju da pratim situaciju nazad i njih da pratim.
Vrlo dobro.
Okay, so they've just conveyed the same question basically that I asked, where we are in the individually within the formation. So if, for example, this is 1, 2, and 3, me and my pair are going to be 1, 2, our commander is, or our team lead is going to be 3, so he's going to be the one at the very rear, controlling the whole thing, and we're going to have the other team lead at the very front, controlling the whole thing, making sure we keep formation, etc., etc.
Imaš tromblone, tako?
Tako je.
Koliko imaš?
Imam 4 komada.
Dobro.
I 2 bloka eksploziva isto.
3 minuta do polaska.
4 rifle launch grenades and 2 blocks of explosives.
Izmjena, nije, moram da osvojimo prvo uporište A1. To je ovamo, zapadno, to je prvi objektiv koji treba, to je prvo uporište koje zauzimamo.
So this is a fortified position. It's like a roadblock, a checkpoint, if you will. Actually, considering it's crossroads, it's more of a checkpoint. This is most likely taken by the enemy, and that's the first objective that we're going to be conquering and clearing out.
Ne bi loše, ja to pobacam da bi mogu da uzem više municije.
Ja imam ovdje demolition blok, ali nemam za demontiranje mina.
So 1 epinephrine, 1 morphine, 1 cat, 1 splint, and 15 bandages. Somewhat,
Demolition blok je da uništim, brad.
it's a teeny bit poor as far as medicine is concerned. I prefer 2 tourniquets, 2 splints. We also won't have any refills for ammunition or medical supplies until we reach either this DZ or something later down the line. I didn't hear exactly when it's going to be, but yeah. All these sectors that you can see on the map, probably, I should mention this. So Sector 1, Sector 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you see how they go. They're drawn on the map just so you can sort of identify where the enemy is and where they're coming from. So we have all these tiny little sectors on the map. So you can say, for example, we have an enemy squad in Sector 13, you open up the map and you know exactly where the enemy squad is, because, yeah. Well, actually, if we have an enemy squad in Sector 13, we've gone a little bit off course, right, if we can see them over there, but, yeah.
Tako da, imamo još 10 minuta vojno. Imate vremena za slobodne aktivnosti ako neko ima potrebu.
Okay, so we're going to have 10 minutes of 10 minutes of free time, basically, at will, you know, do whatever you want. So I'm just going to cut the video here, and I will be back with you in 10 minutes when we board the helicopters and we're leaving, because there's nothing I can do, pretty much nothing that's going to happen in the meantime. And here we are. Mere seconds later, or not even a second, a moment of your time later. For me, it was like 10 minutes or so. And we are slowly marching in column formation towards our helicopters, which will take us to our area of operation tonight. Or today, if you want to.
Okay.
Kolega Savani, ja mislim da smo spremni za paradu.
Da, da.
Crveni, kad se budemo kretali kroz džunglu, pošto neprijatelj možda ima mine po putu ili negdje ispred nas, rastojanje 3 do 5 metara kako ne bismo stradali ako ne slučajno nagazimo na minu.
Jasno.
Forgot to turn on the little compass.
Zaustavi se u liniji aviona. Zaustavi.
Can't really hear what the Alright, there we go.
Crveni, kada bude sleteo avion, naš je levi. Ovaj helikopter, izvinite.
When the helicopter lands, our helicopter is the one on the left side.
Svaka čast, momci. Da se ja pitam, sutra bi mogli u gardu. Srki, slobodno se malo primi. I ti, vravac, moraš još malo. To.
Commanding officer said, if it were up to me, you could be in the guard tomorrow. That's honor guard, like the Royal Guard of...
Mi ovdje zato što mi imamo disciplinu koja vojska ove afričke zemlje nema.
The reason we are here is we have discipline that the local forces lack. And with each step and every formation we take and every maneuver we take, we have to sort of epitomize that discipline and that...
Prijateljske snage, zelene uniforme I beretke. Nemoj da slučajno opalimo posle po prijateljskim snagama.
As you can see over there in the distance is a government soldier. They have green uniforms, they're not camouflaged, and they have those helmets, as you can see. Enemy forces should have camo, like pattern camouflage.
Kolega.
Uniforms as well as various hats. You can see the airplanes here as well. That's what's going to be providing us with close air support during this mission. Beautiful looking birds they are. Different loadouts on the hard points, right? Yeah, in fact, definitely. So you actually sort of have get a preview of the dense jungle and foliage that we are going to have throughout the mission. Should be somewhat reminiscent of Vietnam and the US patrols that were conducted there, along with all the wonderful ambushes and hellish situations that you get on such patrols. I expect nothing less from a mission like this, although it's a bit...
Come here.
Trojka ovdje, čujem te za 5.
Četiri ovdje, čujem te za 5.
Srki. Srki.
Nisi tu.
Ajde, Don, dalje.
Šestica ovdje, čujem te za 5.
Ovdje sedmica, čujem te za 5.
Awesome, ovdje čujem te za 5.
9, ovdje čujem te za 5.
That is a radio check, so you go from 1, 2, 3, everyone reports in. We were missing number 5 over here, he's...
Onda krećemo sa ukrcavanjem.
he missed the roll call, if you will. He was there a minute ago. Don't suspect anything wrong.
Nisam bio tu, jer ovo je bilo provjera.
Yeah, well, there you go. Just like I said, he was just he was just gone for a second. Now, we were also missing number 2, I think.
Nisi prošao cole.
Crveni budi zavrti. Crveni, za mnom.
Move out.
Popravi kolonu, Srki, ubrzaj malo, stižni sve saborce. To je to.
Straighten out the column, reduce gaps between people, and here we go. One by one.
Brže.
Zeleni, začupi.
Crveni ukrcaj.
Slobodno se postavlja, ti ću ukrcaj, ja pratim.
There we go, we are aboard.
Zeleni ušli.
Beta 1 za betu, beta 1 za
Primjeno beta 1, čekamo beta 2.
Crveni, kada sletimo desno od helikoptera?
Neću ovdje.
Odlično, moram se pokriti.
Excellent job, we are on the way.
Sigma, ovdje, beta, prijem.
Can't seem to reach Sigma, which is High Command, right? Yep. Well, High Command. But the highest command that we have in the AO, right? Which would be... Platoon Command? No, this is Platoon Commander. What's above Platoon? Yeah, whatever is above Platoon Command. And there, so Sigma is the one overlooking the 1st and 2nd platoon. If I've memorized how the hierarchy of unit sizes goes in English. It's kind of funny, but it's not. It's the fact that you have to translate between two languages, and it's very different between them. It's inevitable that you'll mix them up, right? At least for me. And so, yeah.
Sigma ovdje beta, prijem.
Obrana 200 i obrana Sim.
Reducing to 200 meters altitude and something else. Didn't hear what. Actually, this is a pretty nice view. Man, that is going to be nasty down there, isn't it? I mean, on the one hand, the grass doesn't seem to be completely out of control. You just seem to have, like, shrubbery all around and very very tall and very thick trees. That's as long as the vegetation, you know, the foliage isn't too dense and too obscuring on ground level, shouldn't be that big of a problem. But if it is, if you have like just tons of vines and bushes and extremely tall grass and everything growing next to the trees, that's going to be absolutely hellish. The vanilla map has like some ridiculously dense jungles with ridiculous foliage. The largest one in Arma 3, I forget what the name of Tanoa, right? Is that the name of the map? The one with like several islands, one being the largest and then around a couple of smaller ones. Yeah. That one. It's hell, man. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, although as we get lower and lower it looks worse and worse in terms of the shrubbery as more bushes keep popping into view and well, there you go. Now the grass is growing taller as well. Now it's worse. Stop. Oh god, it's getting worse and worse. Oh man. All right.
Može iskrcavanje.
Crouch, and we will remain on the left side of the helicopter. Dosłownym stole to ostanem tamo. Nas čuje se ovdje. Stole, vamo do nas stojići.
5-1, formiraj kolonu na mene.
Ajmo.
Crveni pas, zeleni.
Crveni, kolona za mnom.
Zeleni, pustit ćemo crvene pa ćemo za njim.
Red team is going to go first. We're going to join in behind them.
Znači, idete ispred, ja ću iza vas, na začelj. Tako.
And apparently I'm going to be the first guy in. Line here. Lots of responsibility.
Pri svakom zastoju pognuto.
Gledamo pravce kako smo se dogovarali malo pre.
Tako je. Gledajte pravce po već napravljenom rasporedu. Čole, ti nećeš biti na začelju, već Bosanac.
Pokret.
Pokret.
Crveni.
Ajmo, momci.
Slobodno uspravno lagani.
Primio.
And march. This is how most of the mission's going to look, from what I've seen on the
Nemoj
map.
preduboko u šumu, ostavi kontakt vizualni na put.
So maintain a visual on the road. We're not going too deep into the jungle. It is gorgeous. I mean, it is really, really gorgeous.
Zeleni, ti možeš bliže putu.
Zeleni, primi.
Ovako ovdje može?
Tako, nastavi samo ta.
Crveni također se još približi putu.
Crveni, razumeo.
Još.
Zeleni malo usporite.
Kako?
Malo usporite.
Koliko je?
To djeluje dobro. Održavaj formaciju.
Alright, that's good. Maintain formation.
Zeleni, primi.
So I'm just going to follow the road and maintain this sort of distance of about 3 or 4 meters from the road. I would say that is 2 meters, maybe. Yeah, probably like 2 meters from the road. And just keep an eye on the red squad. Make sure they're not too far ahead of us.
Pratite formaciju, pustite malo prvi vod, zatim krenite. Ne previše.
Crveni, zaustavi. Da li imaš vizualno na Alfu 1?
Imam vizualno samo na odeljenje koje se kreće po putu, čini mi se da im je to komanda voda. Ne vidim ispred Alfu 1.
So they don't have visual Alpha 1.
Još malo putu. Krećemo.
Zeleni pratite crveni i polako pokret može.
Crveni za belog.
Beli na vezi.
Imamo vizualno na Alfu 1.
Vrlo dobro. Ostavi vizualni kontakt na njih.
Razumeo.
So I've moved us a little bit closer to the red team because they've gone a bit too far. Well, the distance between us was a little bit too great for my liking, so I've decided to take initiative and move us a couple of meters closer to the red team.
Beli za crvenog, da li si sustigao neke ljudi iz prijateljskog odeljenja?
Potvrdno vidim ih ispred sebe.
Razdaljina.
50
Zaustavi.
Održavajte razmak.
Nastavljamo.
obaveštenje za crveni i zeleni, imamo vizualni na prvi objekte.
Crveni primjeli.
Zeleni primio.
We've established visual contact with the first objectives. And there's the last guy of the red team, so I'm trying to keep him on off my shoulder a little bit, sort of right there, as you can see. Zaustavi.
Koji je otiš, lijevi gore.
Slabo te čujem, čuki.
Crveni još malo raširi ljude.
Crveni razumeo.
Ne previše. Ili imaš čoveka između snajperice i onog skroz gore?
Potvrdno.
Odlično. Održite takvu formaciju pri svakom zaustavljanju.
Crveni razumeo.
Crveni, obrati posebnu pažnju na zapad. Naši momci upravo upadaju.
Right, so we're just sort of adjusting the formation that we're going to be using a little bit. Make sure we're not too spread out, but also not too grouped up. That's important. Overall, I think just grab cover behind this particular tree here, so I can, in case we get engaged, I can respond by taking cover and not just have to scramble for cover while I'm in the open. Speaking of, I'm going to put the rifle sights at 100 meters, and I will increase them as needed.
Crvenog i zelenog, da li vi posjedujete dvoglede?
Crveni VBG posjeduje.
Zeleni također.
U redu.
The green and red team leads have binoculars, the rest of us don't. That's just information that was relayed over the radio.
Crveni za belog.
Honestly, I love how this formation is looking. I think everyone's...
napred ka selu.
Alpha 1 has moved towards the village.
Ostanja sve pozicije.
We are holding formation.
Pokret.
And we're moving out. Kaži. Dobro. So considering Alpha 1 has already made it inside the village, I'm assuming we don't need to do a lot of reconnaissance in the village itself. I'm just going to trust that they've done their job.
Beli, ovdje zeleni, imamo civile.
Prođi ga samo.
Primljeno.
Lice legitimično od strane Alfe.
Civilians in the village have been checked by Alpha. We can just move on. Zaustavi.
Zeleni nastavi pokret.
Samo se
Odjeljenje stoji.
Priđi malo još od crvenim, još malo naprijed. To je to. Uzmite tu neki zakon.
Stoje, samo mi prenosi šta priča Boski jer ne čujem ga ništa odavde.
hoću, ono što je bitno... To ti
Da, znam, samo kažem.
uglavnom ti već ideš ispred, ne mora...
Pokret.
Jasno.
Ono što pretpostavljam da nisi čuo, ja ti kažem, to lagano.
Ok, samo za svaki slučaj. Hvala. I just said to the guy behind me, just relay orders from the rear because I can't hear anything from our team lead. He just said, yeah, don't worry about it. If there's anything important, I'll tell you. He just said, yeah, don't worry about it. Just making sure, you know.
Ko čiče se javi tu.
Beli za crvenog, da li i dalje vidiš komunikaciju?
Potvrdno crveni.
Vrlo dobro.
Alright, I would say we are marching as well as the Imperial Stormtroopers march, right in those perfectly synchronized...
Obavješten sam, vrlo dobro.
We've picked up another... We've picked up another soldier.
Znači nisam zakasnio mnogo.
Neš.
Odlično.
I feel like the red team's a little bit too deep into the woods, but they are going to be the first ones to encounter an enemy and we're the ones to maneuver. Da?
Kraguj i Stole preuzimate začelje. Ja i Sale ćemo sad nastaviti naprijed.
Jasno.
Pošto nas se za četvorci.
Nastavi.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Well, I mean, now I did, but previously I did not. Just a slight change in formations, because there's 4 of us now. Team lead is going to be heading there.
Zeleni ubrzaj, sustigni crvene.
Primjeno. Morao sam samo da nas reorganizujem zbog rasporeda.
Vrlo dobro. Bježi od crvenog, priđi još 20 metara i zaustavi.
About 20 meters further and we're stopping. We are stopping here.
Formiraj odbranu.
I can overhear it from here. Alpha team has a visual on the first objective. And it's a fortified position.
Crveni, povuci malo bliže komunikaciji.
Presumably manned by hostile forces.
Tako, odlično.
Increase the range on the gun, or the 0 on the gun to 200 meters. I refer to it as range. Čuli smo.
Odlična formacija, crveni i zeleni, pohvalite ljude.
Gledajte onda leđe u svaki slučaj.
Ne, ti gledaj gore, tebu sam čuvam.
Aha, razumem.
Oni se brinu o leđima.
So, fortified position A1 is safe. The Zair forces are headed here to take over, and we can continue on our way. And I believe our squads are going to start marching one by one. We've, as you can see, we're on our markers right now. And, yeah, I like how this is going. I mean, so far, nothing. About 90% of the map left to go. Plenty of times for things to get complicated. But we haven't run into any problems just yet, so that's good.
Beta, pokret.
Alright, we're moving. We'll just keep an eye on the left side with Alt. Try and keep some distance between us, because, you know, when someone might step on a mine or something like that.
Beta, nastavljamo do sljedeće raskrsnice gdje ćemo formirati blokadu na putu.
So we're moving to the next crossroads where we're going to form a blockade on the road.
Možete da zaustavite i ovdje.
Crveni razumeo.
Zeleni zastoj. Ista situacija koja je malo prije raspoređena.
Ovdje gledamo sjeverozapad.
Just move to cover here. Keep an eye out on...
Crveni za belog.
Beli na vezi.
Crveni pokrivaju jug i zapad.
Vrlo dobro, vrlo dobro.
There's a helo. There is a... stealth helicopter. I know, it's carrying supplies, isn't it? With ropes.
Beta 1, ovdje beta, izađite na valu 2, obezbedite DZ, nemojte budete na putu prijem.
Crveni, zeleni, idemo tačno na raskrsnicu da obezbedimo desantnu zonu.
So we're going to move out straight to the crossroads to secure a DZ or a drop zone.
Komunikaciju, ostanite na zelenoj površini. Zeleni, ti
So
pređi
stay
put.
off the road.
Budi sa druge strane puta.
And the green team is going to go from on the other side of the road. We're going to break formation temporarily. We're going to keep watch over the northern side. The red team is going to keep watch over the southern one.
Boske, Sani.
Ne čujem.
Zeleni. Ne tuda. Samo formirajte kružnu odbranu tu gdje jeste.
Jel prelazimo put ili ostajemo ovdje?
Treba se preći put na sever. Na drugu stranu. Ne na zapad.
Dobro, primjena.
Svakako formirajte kružnu odbranu. Neka zeleni dalje gledaju sever, crveni neka dalje gledaju jug.
Crveni, razumeo.
So now they're going to come down the road where we just were. Maybe a flanking maneuver like this.
Vraćamo se nazad na raskrsnicu, brzo. Obavještenje za crvene i zelene. Sad kad stignemo na raskrsnicu, uzimamo opet levu stranu puta i formiramo našu standardnu formaciju.
Crveni, razumeo.
Levo.
Zeleni primio.
Još malo povuci. Tu ostajem. Zaustav.
Razumeo.
So we're going to take this side of the road. There's the cover here is.
Prati, crvene, brzo.
Idemo.
Brzo.
Quickly.
Ajmo crveni za mnom, crveni, trajče. Trajče iza, trajče.
Zaustavi.
And hold. I think we're going to catch up to the
Nastavljamo
reds
dalje
first.
trčaćim korakom.
Crveni
Dok
razumeli.
dostignem alfu.
And we're moving on.
Primio kreće.
Održite
By
formaciju i
sprinting.
dalje imajte komunikaciju u vizualnom kontaktu.
Maintain formation, keep an eye on the road.
Ubrzaj, ubrzaj.
Ne mogu trčati brzo.
Zeleni, pazite bok.
Na kojoj smo vezi radio?
210 mi.
Može, potrebu podesi. Nisam ni primetio da imamo svi.
They say it's the boredom that gets you on these patrols.
Trki, jesmo čuo prije.
Čujem te, Srki, ali moramo stignemo prvi vod, tako da ti koliko možeš da trčiš, trči, u svakom slučaju prati posle put i naći ćeš nas.
Primljeno.
So we're falling behind the first squad and the formation's a bit,
Ostali ubrzaj.
bit broken, so we're going to have to sprint our way to the objective, or rather towards them, I suppose. We have a problem that the machine gunner of the red squad, of the red team, can't run very far because he has too much weight on him with MG ammunition and whatnot. So, you know, he's going to lag behind a little bit, and he's going to have to find us later down the line when we've stopped. Which also means that we've just left a good chunk of our firepower way back there, as you can see, but, yeah. Oh well.
Crveni za belog.
Beli na vezi.
Imam vizualno sa prvim vodom, ali je kondicija skroz na kraju.
Beli primio.
So, red team has just made visual contact with the first platoon.
Gleda da ideš paralelno sa odeljenjem Beta 2. Koliko je to moguće, naravno.
Pokušat ćemo.
Ja ne mogu da trčim više isto.
Pusti pušku.
Crveni za zelenog.
Zelene prijem.
I imaš li vizualno na PM-a i PPM-a iz crvenih?
Da, tu su, blizu su nas.
Jasno, hvala.
Ne može baš.
Beta 1 obrati pažnju, kontaktiraju na severu, prijavio je kako se zove Alfa.
Jeste vi ispred zeleni?
Potvrdo.
Obaveštenje. Postoje kontakti na severu i severoistoku.
There are contacts north and
Jeste tu
northeast.
blizu auta?
Nastavi 50 metara i onda se zaustavi. Formiraj.
Alright, there we go. So, I didn't know if you put your rifle on your back, your stamina regenerates like crazy, apparently. So just a couple of moments of rest without having to hold the rifle.
Zaustavite se, odmorite se. Čekam dalje naređenja.
Brzo, formacija. Formiraj se, crveni, zeleni, brzo. Povuci još zapadno.
So, we're going to withdraw a little bit more to the west.
Gledaš leđa.
Bez brige pokrivam.
Well, I can't really see anyone.
Bravo, prenesi naprijed i pazi leđa.
Pazimo leđa.
Draguj, idi još malo dole.
Razumeo.
Iz stoleta.
Ajmo još malo dole, stoj.
Evo.
Imamo kontakt na leđima. Zapad. Azimut 310, 300.
Da, imi. Severno.
Menjam.
Minajte da priđu komunikacije. Ima li neke tromblone kod vas? Imam ja.
Imam ja isto.
Ćemo rešimo. Pazi malo.
Ajde. Ja sad.
Ujeba. Moramo malo jače.
Ovo ti je na 200 bilo moje.
Znači još. To neću naučiti tromblone već. Ovaj je.
Ide.
Još jedan tamo. Da li tebe se srilo ovako?
So, not to be overly braggadocious, but the enemy has gone incredibly quiet since, Izvuci.
50 metara.
320 with contacts.
Crveni, svi operativni.
Dobro.
Bili ovdje, zeleni treba će mi pomoćat.
Ja, kod kuda.
Menjam. Can see him, he's right freaking there. Ide tromblon.
Beta i više ne.
Vidim još jednog tamo dole.
Imate način. To je toliko.
310.
Kako imamo još?
Menjam.
Ovdje zeleni još kontakata sa sjeverozapad.
We have more contacts from the northwest. I saw him move behind that bush. Yeah, they're moving now on the flank over there. Menjam.
Pazi samo da ti bok bude pokriven, znači zapad.
Jasno.
Might want to conserve ammunition a little bit now.
Ne vidimo ovdje.
Dođi kod mene, naći ću ti mjesto. Kreni ka komunikaciji. Eto vam ga neprijatelj iz severa.
Neutralisan.
Bomba.
Bravo.
Treba mi doktor.
Jel može doktor da dođemo do boka?
Meni.
Dođi do drveta.
Treba mi doktor.
Treba mu doktor, kaže.
Bolničar, ajde kod crkje.
Zauzet sam.
Let me just check. Oh.
Crni i zeleni, budite obavešteni, uklinili su se između nas i prijateljskog odeljenja.
Gdje mi je strela?
Prijateljskog voda. To jest prvog voda, oprostite.
So the enemies managed to secure ground between two of our
S čum?
Ajde.
forces, so they're sort of in here.
Hoćemo izbiti gore naprijed, ajde ti. Ovdje previše smo mnogo glupi sam, hoćemo uzeti ajde neki zrak.
Pohvaljeni se ljudi.
Alright, well done, well done. We've received praises from commanding officers. Kontakt, zapad. Čist zapad od nas.
Beta, jedan za betu i za još sporadični kontakt.
Pazi, mi pokrivamo sjever, drugi panel pokriva leđa, znači zapad.
Razumeo?
Kragu, čuvajte nam leđa, Kragu.
Da, čuo.
Beli za sve zelene, ulovite te sporadične kontakte.
Zeleni primio, krećemo da prema njima.
Alright, so we need to hunt down these sporadic contacts.
Yes. Kragu, stole, krenite malo prema zapad, onda vi očistimo.
Stole, ajmo prema zapadu, ne znam vas čuo.
Mi idemo za njima.
Iza tebe.
Crveni.
So we need to hunt down these sporadic contacts that we've received now. It seems like we've taken out the majority of the enemy forces. in the region, but there's still sporadic gunfire coming from the tree lines, so we're gonna move in now towards the west and... Okay, ja. Ma na zemlji dole.
Status.
Mrtav.
Za sada sve čisto, nema ništa.
Jesi prešao prvi break?
Prešli sve čisto, nema kontakata, da nastavimo da se vraćamo.
Vrati nazad.
Jasno, vraćamo se.
Idemo zeleni nazad.
Alright, that's this is clear, so we can start our retreat. Well, retreat. Move back to our original positions.
Status municije medicine.
Odlično.
Municija žuto, tromboloni crveno.
Dobro. Gdje mi je stole?
Municija medicina.
Medicina zeleno i municija za...
Stole zelen.
Ok.
Beli ovdje zeleni. Status žuto-zeleno. Municija medicine.
Imam 75
Vrlo dobro.
Stala ista situacija koja je do sad.
Right, it's the same situation as before. We just did a ammunition and medical supplies check. For me, ammunition is yellow. I've wasted. I've used up exactly half of the ammo and 2/3, right, of my underbarrel grenade launchers. Right, so
Ovo nije bilo zapad toliko, više ovdje sa severne strane čini. Što sever je naš,
Prabac M70,
zapad pokriva
vrati je
tragovi
za
stola,
snajper municu, tako?
imali smo i par na zapadu, našli smo ih na podu dole. Just
Da, imam kod mene zapravo slučajno.
Crve, jest.
Just gonna move up here, I think. So I have protection from the northeast side while I watch over the rear. But, yeah, lo and behold, the rear guard can have some action too. Quite amazing, isn't it? I reckon I did mostly suppressing fire. I don't think I hit much, but these grenades can be a bit... Well, not a bit, they can be rather devastating, I think, so, yeah. There is that as well. Ah, glorious. Look at us. Honestly, I think the formation we're keeping is just textbook.
Dobro.
Nisam vas ni vidio koliko onoga je.
Commanding officer just walked past and said, "Whoa, look at that! I didn't even see you there. That's how good you are." But I mean, now sort of more meta talk, quote unquote. I find it very inspiring, maybe from like a community standpoint or a mission maker standpoint, but certainly fascinating that the person in charge of creating this map, and I believe that's the founder or one of the like two founders of this community, whatever. It's a map that was made last year, I believe, or first played last year around the same time, so early February, I think, ish. I find it fascinating that they were able to create a map in which...
Obaveštenje za crvene I zelene. Dejstvo avijacije kroz 30 sekundi. Poželjno je da legnete.
So 30 seconds, and our aircraft are going to bomb something down the road over here. But like I said, I found it fascinating that he was able to create a mission in which even the rearguard units get a real sense of the action, right? They get a real sense of what's going on, and a mission so deceptively simple, right? All you do is you land and then you do a patrol run. You're just walking down the road from one point to another. That is fascinating to me, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot of knowledge and it takes a lot of planning and probably a crap ton of experience to be able to create a mission like that where you can keep it interesting. Oh, sorry. You can keep it interesting for everyone playing, despite the fact that it's so simple, right? You have 60 people doing a patrol down a straight road, relatively, right? I mean, okay, yes, it bends and curves a little bit, but you're just going down a road. There's nothing on either side of it except... There is nothing happening here, right? There is nothing other than jungle and road, it's as far as the topography is concerned, right? I mean, sure, okay, you have some hills and this place is higher, this place is lower, valleys, etc., etc. It's not all like a flat board. It took effort to create this, obviously, but what I'm saying is it takes a lot of intelligence and experience and everything to create something interesting from such a, I don't want to call it bare bones scenario, but like a relatively simple scenario of, right, you know, like we're just patrolling the road from one place to the other, nothing else, and it's not like we have a city in between two places where we need to clear out or something like that. No, it's just a jungle, and to make it interesting, both from a planning perspective, so that everyone gets a little bit of action and all that. I mean, it's, you know. It's good. It's well good. I don't know what else to say. It's, yeah. Anywho.
Momci, pazite, kontakt sa zapada prilazi.
Pazite, sa zapada prilaže ležeći.
Oh, shoot, so we have...
Punjaju se neprijatelji ka nama.
Zeleni primio, pratimo.
Crveni razumeo.
We have enemies from the west approaching us by crawling towards us. First attack wave didn't really work. Now they're going to try a second one. And the one problem I sort of have is they're kind of bleeding our ammunition dry. Can't see any of them.
Budemo kretali, ja bih da zauzmemo one položaje što su već iskopali rovove Alfa 1.
No, I can't see anything. Get the feeling that we had enemy contacts from that direction as well, but the other squad was able to take care of it.
Prijavite pravac kontakta.
Mi bi volili da znamo.
Zeleni nemamo vizualno ništa.
Crveni također.
Verovatno je zalutali.
Crveni za belog.
Beli na vezi.
Više nemamo kontakt vizualni sa Alfom 1, oni su prešli tamo preko brda dalje ka severu.
So Alpha 1 has moved on and we don't have any more visuals.
Proboj. Mi čekamo ovdje.
The heavy gunfire that you're hearing is probably from a neighbouring squad that's further down the road.
Budite spremni za pokret.
Be ready to move out. Here's the order.
Zeleni primjer.
Just check ammunition. I've used up like half a mag ever since.
Bolničar, idimo prosledi okvir. Ona jedan je morao da ostane.
Primljeno.
Imam 4, da.
Dobro, ne trebam još.
Krećemo.
Alright, we're moving out.
Održi formaciju, kreni, znači uz ivicu šume, ne idemo do puta. Znači crveni vučeš levo. Ali polako da idemo zajedno sa našom jedinicom, sa Beton 2. Polako, uspori ovdje, uspori, zaustavi.
But we're moving, as you can see, very, very slowly.
Ispravka, crveni, idemo, pratimo komunikaciju.
So we're going to follow the road.
Brzo, prebaci se do komunikacije. Pokret.
Small change of plans there. We're going to stay closer to the road.
Prati komunikaciju. Prati šumu.
Crveni razumeli.
Keep an eye on the...
I mene je sad zbudio.
Parking service.
We've gone a bit ahead of the red team. Yeah, but I'm assuming that the two guys in the rear are their heavier troops with heavier equipment, so they can't move as quickly as the rest of us.
Približi se komunikaciji
Drži
sada.
usijanje.
Crveni razumeo.
Zeleni razumio.
Uspori malo, crveni, moramo da budemo paralelni sa beton 2.
We've just got minded to keep our distance between individual fighters. Man, there's a lot of informaciju.
Beta. Crveni, čim vidiš prvog čovjeka iz beta 2 koji je sa suprotne strane puta, nastaviti.
Crveni razumeo.
There's a lot of inventory screens popping up as we march down the road here.
Zeleni, približi se još komunikaciji.
Primljeno, krećemo.
Zaustavi.
Idemo još malo napred.
Još malo naprijed.
Zaustavi.
Zaustavi.
Crveni, zeleni, budi spreman za pokret.
Just be ready to move out again.
Zeleni primjer.
Pohvaljeni ste od strane komande.
Received
Pohvalite ljude.
more praises from my command.
Pokret.
And we're on the move once again.
Sačekamo malo prođe crveni.
Sačekamo malo crvene.
Može dalje.
Može.
Samo prati komunikaciju, vrlo dobro. ubrzaj malo. Dobro, polako, sačekaj v betu. To ja mislim da smo u ravni sada.
Potvrno vidim betu 2.
The commanding officer and the leading red team are just making sure we stay parallel to the other squad that's on the other side of the road, because if we don't know, this makes sense, right? Because they need to keep watch over our other flank.
Zeleni, ti malo uspori. Malo samo uspori. Ništa previše. Ili povećaj razmak između ljudi, imaš dve opcije.
Srađujem.
5 metara odsijanje.
Bježi za crvenog, da li si paralelan sa početkom kolone BT2?
5 meters distance between us.
Dobro.
So we just cover more ground like this. Zaustavi. Ajmo. So I'm just relaying orders from the front to the rear. Zaustavi. Odd looking tree, this.
Zeleni, budite obavešteni. Alfa kreće u napad na utvrđene položaje ispred nas. Naš zadatak je da obezbedimo bočnu i načelnu odbranu.
So Alpha is going to start its attack down the road to the next checkpoint / roadblock. Our job is to secure their flanks and rear against. Razumeli. Isto kao i do sad, mi leđa.
Znači, ostajemo ovdje.
Da, ostajemo ovdje, mi gledamo jug i istok leđa, oni gledaju više u desno i to je to.
Idemo još malo napred.
Idemo još malo naprijed.
Crveni, taj položaj trenutni.
Crveni razumeo.
Primljeno.
Formiraj bočnu i načelnu odbranu. Zeleni, povuci još malo nazad.
Malo nazad.
Još.
Malo još tutle.
I približi se komunikaciji, zeleni.
So we need to get a little bit closer to the road, move a little bit further down. If they're talking about us down there, I can't hear them at all.
Crveni, zeleni, pravac severozapad uz komunikaciju, obezbeđujemo vozila. Trčećim korakom do tamo, brzo.
Zeleni primjer kreće.
Crveni kreće.
Nenormalno.
Područje ka istim pravcima, sjeveru i sjeveroistoku i istoku. Prenesi dalje.
We're gonna sprint forward to...
Zaustavi ista formacija.
Zaustavi, ista formacija.
Crveni zaustavi tu, vrlo dobro, zeleni također.
Obezbeđujemo područje, pratimo ih sve pravce kao malo prije.
Beta 1 primila. Crveni, priđi kuti. Zeleni odredi 2 čovjeka, gledaj zapad.
Zeleni.
Evo je ovdje kutija kod vas to.
Kad on završi, crveni ti. Zeleni, ajmo na dopunu.
Jel dopunu vrše ovdje i dole?
We have a resupply point over there. I think it was ammunition and medication, or medical supplies was just delivered to us. Possibly via these trucks if they're here. I mean, it makes sense.
Neki ti ne pretjeruj da ne bude opet problema sa kondicijom.
Ja imam sad trenutno 29 kila.
U redu, puni. Tako je.
Još jedan okvir.
Zeleni, kad završiš dopunu, vraćamo se stare položaje.
Tako je, Čuki vidi da to bude što pre, odmah javi odmah to javiš zelenima i odvojit ćeš 2 čoveka da gledaju leđa. Znači, podelit ćeš 2 para i to je to. Ti ste kao sad zeleni.
Off go the trucks. Can't help but notice how I haven't been resupplied yet. Well, just saying. Appreciate a few more magazines. Joking. Oh, yeah, I'm not joking. I would appreciate magazines, but joking about the sarcasm.
Crveni si završi dopunu.
Crveni potvrdno.
Zeleni odpočni dopunu.
Jasno, krećemo.
Panda, pređi na mjesto crvenih da ne ostane prazan položaj.
Cirkular, momci, kada se dopunimo, idemo da zauzmemo U5 dole.
Beta 1 primila.
To je jebati kutija.
To je to. Budite brzi, momci.
Danilo i Trajko, siđite dole da uzmemo dopun. Aha, vi ste tu već, aj dobro. Nisam vas vidio.
Ja sam se dopunio,
Dobro, ništa, vratite na položaj.
Right, that's good as far as that's concerned, and I'm going to take...
Zeleni požuri sa dopunom.
Jasno.
Take another grenade if I can.
Momci, kad se završi, javljajte.
Odmah Bosanac krećemo sljedeći položaj.
Jasno.
Završio.
Odmah u formaciju.
Minut.
Beta 1 spremno za pokret.
Pokret. Održi formaciju i dalje idemo uz komunikaciju. Uspori malo, uspori, sačekat ćemo prijateljsko odjeljenje.
Slow down so that the friendly squad opposite us can catch up. And we're going to move down the main road.
Čekamo da prođu crveni, idemo za njima.
Čuo si. Ustajanje 5 metara, čuo si, ja. So distance of about 5 meters between us. We're waiting for the red team to take the lead, and we're moving on.
Obaveštenje za crvene i zelene, od sad pa nadalje mi ćemo biti čelo kolone.
So, moving forward from this spot, we are now the tip of the spear of this patrol, so we're the ones at the very front of the patrol. The guys that were up on the front up until now are going to rotate to the rear, and theoretically speaking, fresher troops are going to...
Drži zapad. Držimo zapad.
Razumeo.
Crveni s jedne, zeleni s druge strane puta i to je to.
Formacija ista.
Zeleni, priđi raskrsnici, zeleni.
Ispratite, znači istok, severoistok, jugoistok. Ajde, jedna mi dopuna, aha, ajmo za mnom.
Bane, ostati je čovjek jedan bukir. Ajmo zeleni za mnom, idemo.
Vozilo kanal motor ide kanal.
Vozilo motor.
Vozilo na zapadu.
Ne pucaj civil, ne pucaj.
Civil, ne pucaj.
Cijelo odeljenje ili borbenu grupu?
Well, a civilian on the road.
Crveni. Dođite do mene, crveni. Čuki.
Okay, not the rifle launched grenades. That would be a bit much.
Držim ga ja na nišan.
Momci, obrate pažnju na ove gore smjerove druge.
Treba da se ode da se
Jugozapad.
položaj.
Razumeo.
Možda podaviš
Watch the southwestern approach to the road. This could be a distraction of some sorts. Oh man, if only they would come marching down the road, right? Like so. Oh, we would have one hell of a firefight. But now they're gonna approach through the sodding trees and the bushes till they get like 10 meters in front of us. And speaking a bit on a meta level again, the main problem, gameplay-wise, here is the fact that the bots can really see through the bushes and the trees and the foliage and everything very well. Maybe not perfectly well, but fairly well. Alright, so we're going to be ready to sprint to the aid of the red squad, or again, I keep saying squad, the red team in case they run into any contacts. As a civilian, he's gonna move on out of here.
Crveni status.
Crveni još uvijek ni na šta nisu naišli ispred nas. Češljamo.
Kak je crven kod tavar?
Dobro. Ukoliko ne ideš na kontakt, povuti se samo.
Crveni razumeo.
Šta mu radiš to?
And there we go.
Crveni, da li si ušao u kontakt?
Negativno, crveni.
Ali je živ?
Crveni, koliko si daleko od krivine?
Na 50
To si vila roknuli.
Proveri tu čistinu iznad krivine i pogledaj niz put. Ukoliko je čisto, prijavi nazad.
I think they shot the freaking civilian because he drove off without them telling him to. Oh man. Shouldn't laugh at stuff like that, but the reaction of one of the guys that shot him was, Do you think he's alive? It's like 30 rounds later. Yeah, totally. He's fine.
Tako je. Ajmo zeleni uđu u bunker. Zeleni levo, za sad. Ste ga provjerili? Mogu ja opet na drvo?
Alo, ti.
Nemoj, molim te.
Do you not say something? Alo, to su ti ni crnci, ni teški što nemaju pojma ni
Momci, krećemo. Mi držimo se kao i do sada levo od strane komunikacije. Žao mi je, drugari, što moram da vas napustim, ali nastavljamo ka istoku.
Crveni, drži položaj. Zeleni, priključi se ovamo na komunikaciji, idemo do crvenih. Bravo,
Okay, so we're going towards the red team.
Negativno idemo, komand je rekao da skrećemo u liniji, tako da ćemo do sada ispoštujemo to. Tako je. To je kolona. Ajmo, pokret.
Kongo, ovdje signal, da li si crveno?
U liniji, u koloni.
Pomoz Bog, braćo.
Bog ti pomogao.
Customary greetings for the other squads, of course, with whom you have little to no contact.
Ubrzi stole.
Pazimo bokove.
Viču od pozadi da ubrzo možeš.
Da.
Od pozadi viču da ubrzo.
Crveni primjer. BT1 za BT2, to su crvena borbena grupa BT1.
The squad behind us just said that we should hurry up. So just relay that to the front.
Crveni, da li imaš vizualno na nas?
Crveni, potvrdno.
I haven't seen any mines, although we weren't at the very
Zeleni, javi kad stigneš
front of the column.
Zaustavi tu, čekaj drugo odeljenje.
Jasno.
Zeleni formacija širi.
Formacija raširi.
Pije se vozilo.
Da u delu mu prazne.
Negativno nastavljamo za sad, ništa nisam čuo.
Crveni, zeleni, nastavljamo.
Zeleni primjer kreće.
I think Alpha Squad just joined up, which I don't believe they were supposed to. They've managed to catch up to us, and they've overtaken us slightly. Although I believe we were all at that that crossroad.
Alfa, ajde zaustavi se. I Alfa 2 i Alfa 1 zaustavi se. Tu sam.
Beta, crveni, zeleni, približite se komunikaciji. Znači, zaobilazite Alfu i to je to.
Crveni, razumeo.
Približi se.
Ispred. Sad ću ti kažem. Ti mi nisi rekao si da dvojka stane, ne kec. Dobro, ajde, stane. Stao sam. Iza zavoja, čekamo do 10.
Yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup in communications, I think, as to who's supposed to be at the front of the column.
Drugim odeljenjem.
Crveni, potvrdno.
U redu, nastavi.
I think that's when we've had a bit of a hiccup there, and I think someone said, or someone didn't convey to Alpha 1 that they're supposed to halt. Malo veće rastojanje.
Obaveštenje za crvene i zelene. U ovom trenutku menjamo raspored formacija u smislu da više nemamo potrebe da imamo ovakav tip obezbeđenja. Sad mora prvi tim da ide uz komunikaciju, da prati napred, dok će drugi tim da gleda bočno.
Okay, so we no longer have a need for this type of formation. Now the red team is going to be on the road. The green team is going to keep eyes on the left side. We no longer need to keep eyes like this. Like we no longer look at our rear as much, and we've sort of shifted a little bit to a more frontally oriented and front-facing squad, as I believe. Primili. Što ostale? Čuvamo samo bok, ništa leđa. Ne, samo ponovio Boski. So I'm just conveying the orders down the road. I've just realised saying the word down the road is now a little bit funny because, you know, we've been marching down this road for about 2 hours now. But, regardless of the fact.
Zeleni osmotraj bok.
Jasno.
Obaveštenje za crveni i zeleni, nastavljamo dalje.
So we're just continuing down the road.
Zeleni
Some more. If you think my repetitions are, well, just that repetitive, it's, we've, sort of been receiving the same orders. Zaustavi.
Zaustavi crveni. Zaustavi crveni.
Okay, this is where we're gonna have some...
Nastavi dalje.
Kad trčim i gledam u kartu, bate, mnogo se ljude. Malo brže može.
Oh, there we go. It's happening. Everybody stay calm. It's happening. And pognuto. And other office
Crveni,
jokes.
budite spremni na kontakt ispred nas.
Get ready to receive contacts from the front. That is currently our southeast.
Kontakti na jugu.
Contact south.
Zapamtite, držimo bok i čelo.
Slušam.
Popio sam metak ove.
Ajmo beli legionari.
Ajmo polako, momci, od zaklona do zaklona.
Hvala.
Ajmo, držite se ulici, momci. To je, gledajte na ulicu. Ajmo, obiđite ih s leve.
Alpha's now going to...
Beli, ovdje zeleni, da li napredujemo ili čekamo ovdje?
We've lost contact with our KO, or our commanding officer.
Beli.
I have reason to believe our commanding officer has fallen. My job is to secure the flanks. I'm not complaining, but I get the feeling we should be doing a little bit more on a squad level. Never mind, we've called in the cavalry. Well, that is the Air Force. But, Alpha just moved forward again. That's, I don't think they were supposed to be in front of us. I'm not sure how this is exactly being communicated to them. I think they've missed the message, or someone didn't relay to them that they're supposed to be behind us, because they keep... This sounds awful, but they keep trying to overtake us, right? Which makes sense if they weren't told that they're supposed to be in the rear. They...
Komunikacije gdje je zatražena podrška avijacije.
Da, vidim. Baš je ovdje. Ovdje te ja nisam vidio. Pazi, zeleni su, crveni su gore. Da znaš.
Red squad is, again I keep saying squad. Red team is up there. You can see them. That's where they are. And they're receiving contacts from, like, somewhere over there. I'm not even going to try and point towards it.
Crveni status.
I think they might have just...
Ne valja.
Se Čuki nije javio.
Ouch. Yeah, I think we've just lost red team. That airstrike may have missed the mark by approximately 4 friendlies.
Evo ti drugu, homo poracal.
Izvuci se još iza. Izvuci ranjene još iza vas.
Zauzmi samo sada defensivni položaj, nek se neprijatelji napreduju dalje.
Neprijatelj, azimut 180.
That's...
Primjeno dejstvujem.
Čuki, ko ti je isturen toliko napred?
Ide tromblon. I thought that was a friendlies, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Ide tromblon. Alright. That landed in his pocket! It did.
Beli ovdje zeleni, bit će im potreban bolničar na mojoj lokaciji.
Povuci se nazad i da padamo u neko okruženje.
Looks like we're being surrounded.
Pazite bok.
Djala je pao. Dođite vamo, pomoćite mu. Čuki.
Čiča je pao.
Čuki, preuzim, mislim da Čiča pao, provjeri.
Operativan sam.
Odlično.
Trki, dom smo pali.
Status crveni, zeleni.
Crveni su iza...
Zeleni svi na broju, manje povrede, bit će nam potreban bolničar.
Crveni.
Crveni su svi pali. Potrebna mi pomoć.
Borbena grupa, mi je 10 koda.
Zeleni,
Naši jugoistok, pazite.
izvlačenju crvenih.
Jasno, kreću.
Rope, pazi, rope. Moramo da napravimo neki perimetar da izvučemo ljude.
Tu sam ja.
Severoistok, prišli su nam.
Rope. Daj da izbijemo dole, brate, da uhvatimo neki deo koji možemo da branimo. Ovdje smo i kao na pati.
Kontakt sever, severozapad, severoistok.
Ja sam svoje povukao.
Krizno, prišli su nam na manje od 50 metara severoistok.
Ajde, dođite, ajde, stisnite tu.
To je dole jedan, pazi.
Ali vi se držite, zato se neprijatelj nema u svojom među nas.
Beta 1 za betu, da, prijem.
Djalo dižite ljudi, bre, zato su vremena ovaj.
Izvlačim vratca. Beta 1 će da se spusti još niz komunikaciju.
What the hell was that?
Evo ti doktora tu. Daj djali krvi, majke ti da ga dignemo, djala je doktor.
Beta 1 primila, ja imam jednu borbenu grupu.
Daj tu.
Primamo kontakt sa severoistoka, znaš samo.
Evo ja ću da padnem.
What the hell was that?
Dakle, pucaju više.
Pazi, glavno,
kako bi ti rekao što smo u situaciji, ja ću da probam da gurnem.
Mislim da je čisto. Rope, guramo naprijed, Rope.
Dole, kad završiš džalu, znaš tamo iza brda su naši crveni.
Momci,
Dole, daj mi samo krv, molim
da se okupimo i da gurnemo ka neprijatelju.
Ja padam u DSP.
Da li krv?
Čisto padam u DSP.
Meni treba samo šije. KPR mu treba, me curi krv. Treba im mene za krv.
Dajte mi krv.
Radim CPR, džali.
Gdje si to ne? Samo mi daj krv, molim te. Evo ja ću da ti padnem, brate. Sve mi je sigurno.
Dajte džali još jednu krv.
Samo moment. Dođim.
Beta 1 za beta 2, prijem.
Vrabac i Srki su 200.
Sigma ovdje alfa.
Beta 1 primila.
Beta 1, hoću da mi se svaki operativni čovjek javi na vezu.
Donao se.
Zelena borbena grupa kompletna.
Izvuci mi crvenu borbenu grupu vam.
U redu.
Tiča, jel imaš imate bolničar?
Ima, tu je moj bolničar sa tobom. Ali nema više nikog, samo je Don živ. Don...
Zeleni, drži ovaj perimetar
Okay.
ovdje.
Daj da obezbjerimo 360 do
Primljeno.
ide pojačanje.
Da.
So we have reinforcements on the way. We just lost 2 members of the red team.
Pa nasilje samo nije, ali ono nam je u vidokrugu nam je, ali nema više kontakta.
Bosanac, preuzmi komadu nad odbranom. Drži taj položaj tu. 360
u vidokrugu i dajte doktore, kogod ima viška, ovdje ima dosta ranjenih.
Slušam. Jel možeš ti? Šta treba?
Đala, i mene moraš
isto. Doktor. Ako možeš samo da me zašliš brzinski da ja mogu da pokrijem.
Okay, I'm really hoping, against all hope, that I haven't killed any friendlies.
Nisu, idi do Bosanca samo u Šiga i ja ću te vodim do ostalih stranih.
That's the most important thing to me right now.
Dođi da vidiš onda, ovdje su oni iz brda. Gdje smo ih
200 su ti oni.
Su umrli, a?
Da.
Ništa.
Srki, ko beše...
I Vrabac.
Još jedan, da, Vrabac, jest, 200 su.
Ništa, oni su umrli. Čisti onda sve šta je ovdje. Da, provjerio.
Ajde da se spustimo dole do tog sela.
Yeah, it's just relay down the line that the 2 guys that they dropped off are both dead.
Ajde kad pomogneš tu šta treba. Samo dođi dole do sela.
I find it quite incredible that one of the enemies managed to just walk in, like, to here in front of us. That is...
Pazi, Boske, ono zone su prijateljske snage Alfa. Da.
Vi možete čuvati boksom.
I naravno leđe. Podelite se u parove, nema drugi vatre.
So I'm gonna split up in pairs because half the squad is basically gone.
Drago iz stole, koliko vas ima tu? Koliko ima crvenih operativnih? Samo jedan, jel?
Jedan i ovamo dole Čuki, dvoje, jednoga Čuki digo se, mislim.
Jel imate nekog ranjenog? To, okej. Slušajte ovamo, momci, okupite se vamo. Idemo da branimo ovo južno naselje gdje će se napraviti desantna zona.
Meni treba samo šiving.
So we're gonna defend this southern...
Jesu je utrtali? Da. A ne, sad su stavili ovdje.
Oh, they moved it further back, okay. We're gonna defend the DZ.
Desantna zona je ucrtana ovdje kod nas. Nije dole u selu.
Ne, ništa, ja sam netaknut.
Čičo?
Čekaj.
Spakovana. Ne treba s ove, hvala.
Beta 1 primila. Ništa, nastavite ovdje kružno obrane.
So yeah, they've moved the DZ to our position so we don't have to leave these positions and...
Da priđeš dole i da budeš uži prsten odbrane.
Čičo?
Da.
Zeleno idemo ovo. Jesi vidio Alfa gdje se nalazi? Tragovi.
Da.
Idemo ovamo.
Dobro.
Otišli su sljedeće selo, Alfa 1 i Alfa 2. Nisi tu dole. Prati Mileta.
Ajde, lagano.
Pomogu se nas.
Ajde, ako imaš.
Zeleni, niko ne drži bok, moraš ih dalje podeliti u par.
Evo.
Evo upravo nešto.
Zeleni
Tole,
širi
brate, ja
ovdje.
sam svo vreme krvario stvari.
Evo.
Ne znam, brate, ovo je sramota što se...
Razgovara ovdje. Da, može.
Right, so we're just going to spread out and hold position here.
Kraguj.
Samo.
Da?
Kraguj, pusti se još dole severnije.
Razumeo.
Znači, ovo je sad naš ovaj dio, lijeva strana.
Told to move further north.
Nemojte svi da kopate.
Poslije da se ukopam i ja tamo gore iznad stoleta ili... Pošto slab zaklon, ja?
Ovaj pokrivaj. Nađi neki zakon sad.
Čukaj, gdje si, brate?
Razumeo.
Gledam južni put.
Razumeo.
Nemaš potrebe, dole je alfa. Izađi ovdje na brdo.
Just asked if he wants me to dig a trench as well, because I have poor cover here. Just to make sure. He being team leader. We're just covering the northern side, and they're going to dig a trench in between the two of us. I'm just going to cover them.
Da se ne ukrine.
Kako? Da. Pa ti?
Gdje mi je boski?
Dole niz liniju, prema zapadu. Just ask for where the team lead is. Just told them further down the line, to the west.
Kako treba držati odbrana? Znači neki jedan par bude ovdje, jedan par ovdje, a crveni mislim na dvojica drže ovaj dalje, da je. Dvojica.
And if he's busy planning, currently I'm the only one holding watch, so... holding guard over everything, so... yeah...
Tako reći, pojeli su ga crvi. Ovdje je pao, ali sam vidio da je nešto isto.
I'll tell you a funny thing that I've, in the chaos of everything happening, didn't,
Evo ga gore.
Evo me ovdje gore.
Evo, dođi vam kod stolac.
Stižem.
Pokrivajte severistok.
Beta 1 nisi prošao.
Evo sam tu isto.
Covering the northeast.
Razumem, sad ću vam da vam dole. Razumem. Evo sam ja otvorio.
Yep, so now I have time to address it. Someone, a while back there, probably about 30 minutes ago, said, we have contacts azimuth 390. I swear to you, I've had a identity crisis when I've heard that, because I could... I mean, I'm no expert at...
Nastavljamo dalje.
Okay.
Zeleni, evo nas ovdje.
Ajmo, idemo brzo pokret. Sad kad ćemo drugo odeljenje, formirati se ovdje na putu.
Alright, we're moving out.
Crveni predvodiš.
Ajde, ajde.
Tu sam.
Okej. Gospodine komandire, spremni smo za pokret.
Pokret.
Alright, I'll move out. There's platoon commander, I believe.
Oni sad će drugo odeljenje, stavi.
Zaustavi.
Oh, look at the bullet holes. Lovely. Fire absolutely from all directions, everywhere, all at once.
Pokret je u suštini.
Which is,
Crveni idi paralelno sa drugim odeljenjem.
Ne mogu, majke.
Razumem. Drži odstojanje i pazi bok.
Trčećim korakom nastavi napred.
keep our distance and we're going forwards. Okay, now I think we're just going to march for a little bit so I can tell you about it. I swear to God I had a crisis of faith and identity when someone said azimuth 390, because I could have sworn the compass only has 360 degrees, and once you're at 360, you're back down to 0, right? You're exactly where you started. You know, if you go degree by degree in order. And yeah, it is the case. It's just I think someone meant 330 or whatever, or some other number. But when someone said 390, I've just completely lost the... Well, I beg forgiveness for the pun, but I've lost my compass entirely, right? Right, someone's taking a lot of fire. Someone's taking a lot of fire. It looks frontal. Drži zaklon.
Moravate sti u helikopteru. Zaustavi ovdje, zaustavi ovdje.
Zaustavi.
Imamo li troblone? Imamo li troblone?
Potvrdno.
Brojne stanje. Proveravam stanje troblona u jedinici.
Kragu ima 4.
Gurni, a pošto ja imam 5 ljudi, gurni dole na sektor 36.
Strela, imaš trombola još ili ispucao?
Ne, malo...
Evo ti 2 od mene.
Ajde, živio.
Treba da pripucaš tamo kao uporište, razumeš?
Ček, stavim ti uranac.
Ajde.
To pa kad zagusti ako padnem.
Slušajte ovamo. Idemo u sektor 36.
Just gave 2 of my rifle grenades to the other guy.
Znači jugo, istok, idemo zauzmemo ove 3 kuće ovdje.
So we're gonna...
pritisnemo DZ Valjevo.
We're going to attack these 3 houses here. We're going to take this and we're going to start applying pressure to the DZ over here. Or this crossroads, which is going to eventually turn into a drop zone.
Ajmo kopit zelen.
Ajmo što brže to uradimo. Vetere za betu 2 krenuti na zadatak.
Probam sam iza tebe.
Beta 1 primjer. Ovo nije dobro nikako.
This is not good at all, apparently. What exactly we're about to find out, I get the feeling.
Zeleni, budi u pripravnosti.
I like how we're experienced enough to sort of space ourselves in sort of this zigzag pattern a little bit and not keep a perfect column formation. This sort of goes without saying, and nobody really mentioned anything, but we sort of... adjusted our formation for an attacking column in a sense. Especially when crossing open ground like that.
Rabac, jel se čujemo?
Čujemo se, čujemo.
But if the green team is usually the ones...
Zeleni, zaustavi.
Zaustavi.
Da li vidiš raskrsnicu sa tvog položaja? Zeleni, da li vidiš raskrsnicu sa tvog položaja?
Samo da izbijem do puta pa da...
Beta 1 za betu 2, moram da izbijem još nije moguće bilo.
Potvrdno vidimo raskrsnicu sa ovog položaja.
Crveni, približite još samo. Beta 1 za betu 2, prijem.
Naštao preko puta.
Obaveštenje za crvene i zelene. Crveni, držat ćeš bočnu stranu, to jest jug. Obezbedit ćeš zelenu borbenu grupu koja će da vrši sasređenu vatru po DZ-u.
Done, ono drvo je tvoje.
Zeleni primio.
Crveni razumeo.
Zeleni, daj neku preciznu ili sasređenu vatru, zavisno od mogućnosti koliko vidiš. Nemoj se previše izlagati, to je to.
Alfa je na azimutu 65, ulaze u selo.
Zeleni, da širite ovdje, znači od raskrsnice lijevo, ovaj gore put. Neku sasređenu vatru.
Beli, primio.
Beta 1 za betu 2, prijem.
I can't see squat. I mean, I could start firing on it. Hold up, I need to check something.
Priča za pojačanja, da li ste stigli u helikopteru?
Naši ljudi prilaze DZ-u, pazite.
Stigli, prilazimo našem. Evo ih.
Gde prilazite?
Evo svi za nas. Evo sad svi za nas.
Okej, priključite se ostalima. Dobro došli nazad. Beta 1 za betu, pojačanje se spojila sa mnom.
Alright, so we've just received reinforcements.
Također, beta 1 za betu, DZ Valjevo zauzeti.
Crveni i zeleni formirat ćemo kružnu odbranu na ovoj visinskoj tački.
Form defensive perimeter around.
Dakle, zeleni nek pokrivaju od istoka do juga, crveni nek pokrivaju od juga ka zapadu.
I believe.
Primjera, krećemo na izvršenje.
Crveni razumeo.
Maybe a bit further down the line.
Ovdje se rasvijetli, na krivite zakone pokrivamo od istoka do juga.
Razumem.
Ja ću jug.
Okay, we have some good yeah, we have some great angles on the enemy here. If we do come into contact.
Kragujem, municija.
Municija zeleno.
Odlično.
Crveni, zeleni, vraćamo se u staru formaciju sa leve strane puta.
Zelen gasno.
Zeleni primio, krećemo na izvršenje.
Idemo u našu staru formaciju sa lijeve strane puta.
Ajmo.
Prelazimo lijevo. Ajmo zelene lijevo.
We're now going to return to our old formation. I was just got to ask what my ammunition status is. Chock full of bullets, basically. Not, well, you know, carrying them in
staru formaciju.
carrying them in
Desno crveni.
Stara formacija.
Zeleni drže bok, crveni drže čelo. Nastavljamo dalje.
Dole kraguj. Pazite leđa.
Razumeli.
Pokret,
Nastavljamo dalje.
Watching the rear again. This is the old formation from the very beginning that we've
Zaustavi,
had.
držimo kružnu obranu ovdje.
Just gonna move up to my pair over there. Look at that. Shoulder to shoulder band of brothers we are.
Status municije, medicina.
Stavi okvir u pušku.
Jedan javlja kroz minut.
A, prepakio sam.
Zeleni su u redu, zeleno i municija medicina.
Ovo. A je bilo ping ping. Tako je bilo zanimljivo.
I just told him to put a magazine in his rifle because
Vratit ga sam, ali nije.
si pripakivao, a?
Ma da.
A svaki put izvadi, ne vraća nikad skoro. When you repack your magazines, it almost never reinserts the whatchamacallit, the magazine back in. So that's what he was doing. And like, yeah, I figured. All right, just move that out of the way, and yeah, I mean we're golden. 2 grenades, 2 rifle grenades rather.
Koliko ti okvira imaš?
9. Ok. 9 je pa trlja, kod 2 metra se ne može propomiti.
Beta jedan primila.
Nastavljamo dalje.
All right, we're on the move again.
Zaustavi crveni, sačekaj drugo odjeljenje.
Zaustavi.
Održi formaciju, gledaj svoje pravce, čekam drugo odjeljenje.
Jasno.
Pokret, 3, 2, 1, kreni.
Idemo dalje.
Samo nadolezi se, tu, ovdje se nadolezi. Da, mi smo sad pozadnji.
Crveni zeleni prilagodi formaciju, dakle sad crveni drže bok, a zeleni drže leđa.
So we're going to adjust formation now. We're going to be the rear guard again.
Naš je znači bok i leđa, kao na početku.
Jasno. Bok i leđa kao na početku.
Jasno. Pokret.
Pokret. Yeah, I mean, so far this has been a really textbook mission with formation and everything, until that one point where we got surrounded and attacked from all sides. We had an enemy soldier walk up to our commanding officer, basically, and, I mean, if he didn't have his rifle raised, I would have, you know... Probably would have fired sooner, but I mean, I have never seen something like that happen. I really don't understand what was going on. Also, I saw enemies approaching, like, in the same manner and formation as we saw, like, our own teams move. That was all chaotic as high hell. It was very, very strange indeed. So, at that chaotic moment, I mean, we've managed to nail the enemy with rifle-launched grenades, and then afterwards, yeah, we took some casualties, but we repelled that attack. But that's the only...
Ja znam da sam izabrao pogrešan dan da prestane da pušim.
That's so funny. You said I picked the wrong day to stop smoking. But, I mean, this was... I mean, it's in stark contrast to everything that we've done previously, which is, like... What did I say?
Obaveštenje da crvene zelene, selo ispred nas gori, moramo da požurimo ka njemu.
Crveni razumeli, imamo vizualno i na selo na severu.
U redu, drži formaciju nas prema Alfe. Nemoj se zabijati u njih.
Lepo gore.
A ružno ostaju ružno, čak i kad gore.
Ustavi.
Stole, kraguj, pazite leđa.
Pazimo.
Odlično.
Nastavljamo.
Idemo dalje.
Idemo. Right, so we're gonna provide first aid to civilians, or rather, probably the lead columns are.
Desnim putem idemo. Pređi komunikaciju.
Continuing down the right. Sorry, down the right road.
Zaustavi, zeleni.
Zaustavi tu, formiraj kružnu odbranu. To jest odbranu po planu. Zeleni gledaj leđa. Crveni u bok.
Če nam crkne ovaj vođ.
A ranjen čovjek, šta ćeš?
Opa, kreće.
Like how he mustered through the cough to say that, and people are like, he's gonna suffocate. He's been wounded, cut him some slack, you know. But regardless, I felt like I started saying something and lost my train of thought down the line.
Kraguj stola.
Ja.
Da.
Prešli tamo s ove strane puta odakle smo došli. I pazite nam leđa, a ja i Strala ćemo pokrivati ovaj pravac puta.
Čuo što li?
Napravimo rov, jesu.
Ti...
Ako smo već ovdje...
A vi kopate šta?
Da.
Dobro, u redu, šta se?
Pomažem. We're digging a trench.
Nemojte obojica u isto vrijeme, znači jedan nek pokriva, jedan nek kopa.
Pokrivam. Yeah, I don't know about this position from a defensive standpoint. They're going to walk up to us to about like 100 meters. 100 meters? What am I talking about? About 10 meters. Subtract a 0 from that. Or remove a 0, no, not subtract. Anywho, I was saying that just that one moment when we took a bunch of casualties just stood in such stark contrast to everything.
Gledaj svoje pravce. Budite upozoreni, prijateljsko odjeljenje pod napadom, očekuje se i sa naše strane.
So,
Zeleni na položaju.
an enemy detachment, or a friendly squad just got attacked by an enemy detachment somewhere around here, doing like some sort of flanking maneuver. We're expecting the same to happen to us. So we've taken a sort of circular, semicircular defensive formation. Let me just switch to my grenades. I think we're taking some fire from the north. Yep. Seems like it.
Severo-zapad, teški mitraljez, uništi.
Heavy MG northwest.
Droblone ne krade podzemne što imate.
Primljeno.
Nemamo vizualno, možete približimo nekako. Imam još 2 tromblona.
Bili ovdje zeleni, da imamo dozvolu da se izvučemo malo zapadno, da provedimo to.
Negativno.
Jasno.
Heavy MG northwest. We don't have permission to approach the enemy positions and try and neutralize it. I get the feeling it's somewhere behind the hill.
Budite obavešteni gdje su
Azimuth
avijači.
20, yeah, that's not of my concern. If I start shooting over their heads, someone's gonna stand up at exactly the wrong time, and I'm gonna be less than effective. I'm gonna, you know, well, actually not less than. I'm gonna be exactly dead north, like straight forwards. Let's see if I can. This is a good spot between the two trees. I can definitely do something from here.
Drška je na azimutu 359.
Drška je eliminisana.
There's Dushka. Was just eliminated. That was the heavy MG. I think the rest of them are further down north behind this bush, so none of my concern.
Azimuth 20 neprijatelji.
It's Azimuth 20. Also further north, none of my concern.
Tu sam. Ovdje malo levo od nas imamo vizualno na Duškov putu. Lijepo, ali može lako se reći. Ovdje levo od mene malo.
Često priđe do ivice puta. Evo vam. A sad se ne vidio drveta, neko je bolje drvo. Bukvalno je tu iz... na džipu. Jedan dva brojing je jasno.
So the Jeep is sort of behind that tree over there. And on top of it is a 50 cal. It's not a Dushka, it's a 50 cal, but it's a 12.7mm machine gun. It's the same thing. Prairie fire, prairie fire. Except we're not in Vietnam, but you get the idea. Peeking out to see if I can spot someone maybe trying to flank around this side. We have a new comrade, apparently.
Zaklon, lezite svi, dejstvo avijacija po položajima oko nas.
The Air Force is conducting another airstrike. Just going to take a sip of water and hope that this time they're slightly more effective at dealing with the enemy than they were at dropping bombs on the heads of our own forces. I'm joking, obviously. I have full faith in them that they've knocked out a bunch of enemies.
Primio.
Tuki, jel potreba da još ovdje budem?
There's our Air Force somewhere. It looks as though the enemy's approached us.
Vrlo dobar posao.
Yeah, they've definitely approached us from the north. Dejstvo je snajper po meni sa severa negde. Pogodio ovo drvo dva puta. Da, čist sever odavde. Pogodio ovo drvo iznad mene dva puta.
Dobro, po meni stole da ga...
Neće, nije ni prolazilo se.
I can't see that sniper. I've heard him fire 2 shots. I can hear him. Yep, there you go. See, Tracer just went.
Kragu, jesi ga vidio odakle dejstvuje?
Nemam vizualno, ali mogu azimuta dam otprilike iza onog drveća. Tamo je na azimutu 10, 5, tako negdje otprilike.
Dobro, otprilike ovdje je bilo ono vozilo, sad je na mitalje teški.
Pa tu pored tog vozila gdje je rekao strale.
Ispratiti sad dok stol ovo ne iskopa, pa poslije se vrati, znači ovo je leđa nam čuvajte ponovo.
Razumeo. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on this, and when he's done digging the trench, we're gonna just redivert back to watching the west and the south.
Bolničar, brzo do mene.
He just hit that tree a couple of times, and I'm pretty sure he hit this one or this one once or twice. I can hear the splinters of wood over my head.
Beli ovdje zeleni prije.
But he's firing way up here, so he's not. I'm not gonna.
Javljuju snajper sa azimuta 10 sa naših položaja, dejstvuje po nama.
Vrabac, čuo si. Imaš duel.
We have a sniper duel with our own sniper and the enemy sniper at the on the north.
Prebaci ljude ovdje, formiraj perimeter oko Alfe koja se leči ovdje.
Alpha just got decimated again. They have a lot of wounded.
Kragu, to je snajperista preuzeo, vi pratite i dalje, znači leđa, čuvajte nam zapad.
Razumeo. So the sniper just took over from me, and he's gonna deal with that. I'm just going to keep an eye on the rear once again. Oh boy.
Čuki, da li smijem mijenjati stablo do stablo?
Where are we currently?
Korak za jelku je.
This is where we're at.
Ribuku za bagel.
Ne valja mešati.
So this is where we are currently. We've established a defensive perimeter like this, overlooking the rear. And, yeah, so this is where the enemy infantry was. They had a sniper from sort of this direction. Also have contacts from over here and from this way. If these guys decide to go around to Sector 41, we should be able to see them. Well, I'm not going to see them from here, but they're going to approach from that sort of area.
Crveni, zeleni, spremi se za napad na G1.
Okay.
Napusti svoje trenutne položaje, formiraj se ka istoku.
Crveni, razumeo.
Moving towards the east, and we're attacking Sector G1.
Na G1.
Crveni predvode, primaju kontakt. Ne kreći nigdje, samo se formiraj.
Crveni, razumeo.
Oh, so we're gonna switch places with Alpha 3, because I think they got hit pretty hard, and we're gonna be the ones charging down the road now, right? Alpha 2 just moved in. Apparently right behind us, so I don't really see them.
Crveni, zeleni, VBG-ovi do mene. Priđite komunikaciji.
Zeleno.
Boske, gdje si?
Evo stižem.
Povedi zeleni ljude, mi se formiramo ovdje za napad.
Samo da provjerim gdje se, prema istoku idemo, ne vidim te.
Tako je, požuri sam.
Nisam dobio tu informaciju, ne znam. Dobro. Znači, pošto smo pozadi, vjerovatno idu oni, a mi iza.
Evo.
Taj su moj par.
Udite na 10 metara u šumu.
Ja preuzim. Idi trkni, nađi mi bazu, stavi 35, imaš 35. Alfa 1, aj proli mi spust s desne strane,
Ti dalje nemaš jednog debata.
Ništa. Neće me metak.
Čuti, nemoj da
Odlično.
As got told, incredible. You are still without a single scratch. Oh, yeah, the bullet doesn't seem to catch.
Alfa 1, Alfa 2, slušaj ovdje Alfa.
Primljeno. Čuki, ti mi čuvaj bok, a zeleni napreduju.
Jasno.
Vrabac, status.
Imamo ljude napred naše. Idem do njih.
Jel idem ja, Čuki?
Bravo. Ne mora za sada pod kontrolom sve. Hvala.
Alright, so there's our wounded.
Odlično. Aj molim te pogledaj okolo okruženje, fali nam neki ljudi došli. I provjerimo puls, molim te.
U položaju ispred nas. Mislim da sam...
Možemo da dejstvujemo snajperi.
Vrabac, ubi ga snajperom, makar jedan težak PM. Zeleni formiraj liniju, napredovo ćeš, prebacivat će se od zaklona do zaklona napred.
Zeleni širi ovdje u liniju.
Kreni zeleni, kreni.
Neutralisane dve drške.
Alright, no more translating.
Doktor, treba mi doktor.
Obustavi. Hvataj zaklon, avijacija dejstvuje tamo. Zeleni, povuci se nazad.
Jasno, da idem.
Nazad, povlačenje. Da. Avijacija napred naša dejstvuje, Freski, to znaš samo.
Zaustavi tu, zeleni prirodan zakon zaustavi, crveni također.
Ne prepucavaj se, ne troši municiju.
Negativno pozadi je.
Neko je zgazio na minu. Jel ima ovdje doktor neki? Nema, kaže Kraguj da je pozadi.
Čovjek za Krpić, brzinu.
Da li imate doktora ljudi?
Šta? Da.
Dobar si.
Pozovi ga.
Zeleni, jel me čujete?
Zeleni, formiraj bočnu i čeonu odbranu.
Treba ušivanje, dok sad čekamo.
Zeleni, primio.
Mislim da meni treba ušivanje, zato što su mi se rano otvorili. Ponovi. Primljeno.
Freski zabavno da vidim utvrđen položaj.
Hercu treba otvoriti da mi se rane. Primljeno. Šakalne dejstvu RRB-om...
Prenesi strela, nisam čuo.
Da ih malo smeksamo, jako se avijacija...
Pokrivamo bok i čelo.
Jasno.
Znači, mi ćemo... Da.
Jasno.
Alfa 1 za komandu, da li ima ispred u objektu ovom utvrđenom naših, da li je neko krenuo na objekat? Su ušli, nisu ušli. Pošto ne vidim. Su ušli u objekat.
Zeleni, spremi se za upad u uporište. Crveni, spremi se da podržiš.
Crveni razumeo.
Zeleni spremni.
Pokret, napad na uporište.
Idemo. Zeleni, idemo.
Idemo.
Zakon.
So from cover to cover, I also relayed some important information to the squads that just approached us. Gledam. Minus. Menjam.
Isto.
Zauzmite uporište, zauzmite ove bunkere.
Iza tebe. Pazi tu je unutra. Ček, ide bomba. Ušla bomba.
Ako.
Ostali dugmići. To čisto.
Čisto odlično. Da. Aman, dobro je si frna bombu da se ne...
Odličan posao.
Da.
Crveni također zauzmi ove pozicije ovdje.
Grenade kill too. There we go.
Prale padron, doktor.
Dođite vamo, kome je doktor.
Didn't even look at me anymore, because every time he looked for the past 3 hours, I haven't had a scratch on me. Oh, I've ruined it. I've got a minor bruise on my right leg now. Ah, man. I've got a bruise. I've ruined my perfect streak of not being touched.
Crveni za belog.
Živ bio.
Primljeno. Momci, gdje ima skota?
Ništa.
Momci, gdje ima skota?
Ali imam modricu jednu, tako da nisam skroz beo.
Ljudi.
Izađi ispred, daj vam.
U redu.
Eno go bunker.
Please don't drop a bomb on my head. Someone tell them we've taken...
Kreni na dopunu, na markeru komanda, gdje je to?
Red team, go and resupply at the marker titled command? What the hell is... Where the hell is that? You can tell he's just relaying it as he's hearing it. Halfway through the sentence, that none of that seemed right. Man, where the hell is that? There is command of G1 here?
Crveni, ideš jugozapadno.
Znam, nego samo išao
Southwest, yeah, southwest.
Samo do one bele linije, znači to ti je 200 metara od nas.
Ah, they're gonna drop supplies over here at the white lines. Alright, I'm just gonna hold here and secure the front. Oh man, that is freaking awesome. Look at that. I could use a couple of... Well, I could use a grenade and maybe a... Oh, well, who the hell am I kidding? What am I going to do with the... I already have 2 grenades. No need. How much weight do I have on me? 25 kilos. Okay, fair enough. I could take a couple of extra rifle grenades and a couple of extra magazines, maybe just to get to 30 kilos.
Boske, dođi ovamo paralelno preko raskrsnice do mene.
Jasno, stižu.
Zeleni, zauzet ćemo ovaj ovdje šumarak da gledamo putnu komunikaciju.
Tučni nasloni pušku.
Uzmi ovaj bunker kući. Cijelo vreme čekamo akciju vate i završimo za 2 sekunde.
Tle preko.
Brate, ja sam palio 2 metka, sve sam mi gađio bombama. Što, brate, jao.
Crveni status.
We've been waiting for some close quarter action for 3 hours, and when we got it, we ended the whole operation in 30 seconds. There's like an inside joke in the community that the guys that specialize in close quarter combat.
Znači, meni su se raspale čizme, a nove sam vidio.
My boots have seen the most action. They're falling apart, and I bought new ones for this mission. Anyways, as I was saying, there's an ongoing joke that the guys that have the specialization for being storm detachments and assault troops, they have a mental breakdown when they've failed to take an entire city, capitulate the enemy capital, capture the enemy president, and find the Holy Grail in 32 seconds instead of 30 seconds. So,
Jasno, idemo zeleno.
yeah, that's I think that's about right.
Da nije bila dopuna, ostali bez krvi. Jedan samo neka uđe, ko je te? Stik da uđe jedan samo tu, tako, to je to. Jedan.
I'm gonna move on to the resupply point now and refill.
Nemam stamine zbog RPG.
Daj ćeš onda meni RPG. Posao. Danfa 1 primio.
Beli za crvenog, pređi preko raskrsnice, mi smo u ovom.
Kad završimo sa dopunom, naš vod preuzima da vodi kolonu, mi smo opet sa leve.
You can tell it's getting late. People are yawning more and more, and yeah.
Ima. Kome treba?
Jao, medicina, to mi daj, to mi treba.
Dođi u džale. Bare.
Ko završi sa dopunom?
Take 5 of these quick plots.
Šta se dešava, zašto ovo?
Poljak, pošalji bolničara tvog vamo da je džala. Treba tamo još ljudi da se zakrpi, da se zašije.
Bare.
Give me these grenades.
Crveni do mene, crveni, svi do mene, imamo veliki puška.
Treba krpljenje, šijenje.
Armatur. Dođi ovdje zakrpi koga.
Zeleni status dopune.
Ovdje ima jedan okvir, brate.
Nisi lepo otvorio, verovatno kuću.
Evo, u vozilu, momci.
Zeleni status dopune.
Završio.
Mogu sad, bacio sam okvir.
Ajde, čekamo te.
Skoro završeno. Svi koji su se dopunili, momci, požurite, treba da krenemo dalje.
Beli za zelenog prijem.
Zeleni na prijem.
Da li si završio sa dopunom?
Čekamo samo još bolničara pa se vraćamo.
Stiglo naređenje, imamo već sad pola minuta da završimo dopun.
Jasno, krećemo, evo.
Ajmo.
Abre, žalo, kako ti to armatura?
Ajmo, Kjer.
Alright, that's it. We've finished resupplying. We had 30 seconds to grab anything useful, and we're on our way back now.
Zeleni, stavi puške na leđe i potrči ovam.
Primljeno stiže.
Put your rifles on your backs and sprint to here, because I received orders to immediately move out, I'm assuming.
Uđi u šumu jedno 5-6 metara.
Ovako, zeleni ispade napolje, crveni isto. Gledajte, otvorite karte brzo.
Alright, open the map quickly.
Gledajte sad.
Now look at this.
Ovo je ovaj jebeni grad gore, da im se na čestitamo mile nove godine. Idemo sve upadamo u sektor 55, 56, 58 i nastavimo da gazimo dalje.
What we're gonna do today is we're gonna move into this town up north and we're gonna congratulate everyone on a Merry New Year and a Happy Hanukkah. In case you couldn't tell, that's sarcasm and a euphemism, if you will. Just charge. We've been marching for 3 hours. Sod it.
Zeleni, pustimo crveni, idemo za njim.
Samo da primuče markeri.
To je Alfa, mi će vjerojatno biti začelja, mi ćemo biti sa bokom.
Alfa 3 na poziciji je spremna za pokus prijem.
Uzeo sam ti još okvir ako treba Srki.
Dobro, uzeo sam ja ne mogu više.
Da.
Ne.
Nisi čuo od radija.
Alfa 2, sa 10 strane puta smo. Da, nemo sad. Počnete kretnju napred. Čim malo zađe dugo.
Jedinica, pokret napred. Drži se više šume, drži se više šume. Alfa će pružati vatrenu podršku. Idemo da se probijemo do njih, brati, da završimo.
Alright, let's end this thing. We're gonna break through to the center and
A ne znam gdje je sad bunker tačno, da primljeno dejstvo po neprijatelju.
end this thing because it's almost, what is it, 11:40 p.m. Yeah, people have work tomorrow in the morning, so you know. Pazi bokove. Keep an eye on the flank.
Zeleni, spremi se za manevar.
Zeleni primio. Spreman.
All ready for maneuver. For a maneuver.
Zaustavi. Zaustavi ovdje, formiraj liniju.
Alright, forming a line. I'm hoping these houses are clear.
Zeleni, formirajte kružnu odbranu.
Alright. Forming up a defensive perimeter here. Let me get him. Let me get him. Let me just... I have plenty of trees. We can just, you know, push in there. Great cover and everything. There's a group of enemy forces here. Charge! Alright, here we go.
Spremi tromblone, idemo da ih...
100 meters.
Crveni, gdje si?
Crveni su ispred zelenih, formirali su položaj.
Pritisni položaj njihove.
Crveni, otvori vatru.
Ide tromblon. That's 125 meters. Lovely. Bless me if that's 125 meters.
Crveni, jel prilazi zidu?
Negativno.
Zeleni su kod zida. Upadam.
U šumi s leve strane ima 2 voda najmanje. Vidio sam ih od iza. Boske.
Upadamo
Dobar.
unutra.
Ide bomba.
Menjam.
Imamo sa zapada, su nas pritisli.
Ide tromblon, pazi.
Sad ćemo da uskočimo preko ograde.
Vrijeme.
Strale, štuči samo.
Zeleni preskači zid, idemo.
Idemo. Ulazim unutra.
Ja ne mogu samo nastavi.
Čuki, jel se čujemo, Čuki?
Idemo.
Isto.
Nastavi do zida gore.
Levo objekat.
Pazi, tu su nas gađali. Idemo dalje.
Zaustavi napredovanje.
Razumem.
Obezbedite ta objekat i stanite tu.
Razumem. Čisto. Dajte doktora.
Zaustavi napredovanje prijateljske snage u bazi.
Stole vrati se.
Daisy.
Gdje je nama Cole?
Sole treba će nam ušivanje i krpljenje ovdje.
Alright, that was very effective.
Evo ga.
Ja vam se polagam, bit će.
Evo nas ovamo Cole. Treba nam krpljenje, šivenje, sve.
Gdje je Kraguj?
Evo me.
Kraguj, eto ga iza mene.
Jesi ranjen?
Nisam.
Ovo si se ponadao. A mene da nas hoće metak nešto.
Nije strašno.
O nije, ali...
Druga odjeljenja, mi smo odlični.
Ne znamo. Hoće me
Crveni, zeleni status.
Živ bio.
Zeleni svi operativni, malo smo lakše ranjeni, ali evo rešavamo to.
Crveni svi operativni također.
Crveni, zeleni, nastavljamo dalje, pretresamo sektore za neprijateljskim snagama. To znači nije svako ko drži puško neprijatelj.
Zeleni, primjer.
Okay, so we're searching the barracks for hostile forces, meaning not everyone that's holding a rifle is a hostile. Iza tebe. Naši ovdje levo pazi, dobro.
Odlično. Svak čast.
There we go. Cleared the thing. I didn't see how many frags I got at the end. Not many. I reckon probably like 5 or 6. But There you go. It was a good mission. It was a fun mission. And like I said, it takes effort to make marching through the jungle for 3.5 hours interesting. And this definitely was. Just wish there was a little bit more of action at the end for a slightly larger base for all of us to get a little bit of a piece of the pie. But it was okay. I'll see you all next time. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.